Hello everyone, hope you are doing well. So today in this video we will be talking about customer subscription contracts in subscription billing. Talk about uh, how to create the subscription contracts, how to use the subscription functionalities, and basically whatever the functionalities are available from the customer site in the subscription billing, we will be discussing about that. Okay. So, before we go into this, so firstly, see there are certain options. So we are talking about some configurations. Firstly, I will showcase one or two th slides here, and then we will basically go with the things into BC. So there are actually four subscription options available. No subscription, sales with subscription, subscription item, and invoicing item. So no subscription is a default option. So whenever you create any item, no subscription will be selected by default over there. There are two options, which is sales with subscription and invoicing item is bottom. So what happens like if we are selling any item and after that sale of that item, we also want to attach any invoicing item means let's suppose you are selling a laptop and you want to attach 2-year warranty into that, then your laptop would be your sales with subscription item and your 2 years warranty would be an invoicing item. So you can see item type restriction. So in the sales with subscription, we can select any type of item type, but if we select invoicing item, then we can only select non-inventory items only. And then third, we are having subscription items. So if we are billing anything on the recurring basis, let's suppose your membership subscription or anything licensing or anything which customer is buying directly and paying only for the subscription, then in these cases, we can basically have the subscription item there. And we will also talk about this when we will basically reach into subscription package line. So now I'm showcasing you the Business Center screen. So what I have done here, guys, I have selected here MVS Private Limited, which is the role center defined in my company, which is subscription billing, right? So in this subscription billing role center, I can see some of the look and feel, which is related to any person who is dealing with the subscriptions. So firstly, what we are having here on the tiles, we are having here option contract invoices. So you can see here open posting document customer. So if we are having any contracts with the customer, any invoices for the contracts, then invoices and credit memos will appear here from the customer side. Same thing if you are creating any contracts or customer credit memos for the contracts, then it will basically appear from the vendor sites on this screen. And then we are having subscription lines without contract. So if we are having any subscription lines, which is created after selling any subscriptions, but we don't assign any contract to them, then basically it will appear here. And these are basically the subscription lines if it is overdue or non-invoiced. And there are some KPIs available where we can see revenue per month, cost, and you can see other things. And if there are any errors in subscription, automatic contract billing batch jobs, so we can see those things here. So if I click here, I can showcase you. It will basically showcase me into this billing log. So this is a contract billing error log, a new table by Microsoft, so that we can see here if anything is there. Right. So now what we are doing here, I will firstly showcase you the setups. So if I click here on the setup part, so I can showcase you subscription contract setup. So this is the first thing. The first thing which I see here is the subscription line start date for inventory pick. So what would be your subscription line start date. So you can either select the posting date or shipment dates over here. And this is period calculation, how you want to calculate your period for the billing purpose. So you can basically select this basically at the start of the month and end of the month. In this video, I will also attach the difference between this in a Microsoft uh, link, and then you can have a look. Then we are having default base period, billing rhythm, and contract deferrals. So billing base period means what would be basically your billing base period. When I say the billing base period means if you see here, so the period to which the subscription line relates. For example, if you enter 1 month here, amount relates to 1 month. If you select here 12 months, so the amount will relate to 12 months. So I can select here 12 months. And then how your billing rhythm would be weekly, monthly, quarterly. So we can define our date formulas over here and then create contract deferral. So basically there are three options: contract dependent, yes and no. So when I say contract dependent, then I'm telling the system like based on the contract, I can define here whether it should be a deferral or not, or it should either be yes or no. So basically what is deferral means, if you are posting the invoices for the subscriptions, so if you select here yes, contract deferral, so it will basically go into the deferral account. And if you select no, means you don't want any deferral, so it will directly go to revenue account. Okay, and then we are having some dimensions here: automatic insert customer subscription contract dimension value. So basically, when you create a customer subscription contract, system will automatically create a dimension into BC, and that dimension value will be set up. So what I can showcase you. So I can go here into dimensions, and inside the dimensions, I can create a new dimension which is called subscription, and I don't create any values over here. And then I can select it true, and I can add here subscription is my dimension. And there are some number series for contact subscriptions and subscription numbers that we can define. And this is my how my invoice will look like, and my documents will be printed. So we can select here what I want to print on my document. So what would be in my line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can change the attributes the way I want. Next thing which I would like to showcase you, and I feel it is quite important to know, that is general posting setup. So inside this, we can find there are 4 new accounts have been added for the subscription. So you can see the last 4 accounts, and what is there? Customer subscription contract account. So if we are selling anything, and if we have turned off deferrals, then subscription will be credited, revenue will be credited into this contract account directly. And if we are having deferral on, so it will basically go into deferral accounts. And then we are having same for vendor subscription contract and uh, vendor deferrals. Next thing which we are having here uh, is basically uh, you know recurring billing and contract deferral release. So basically recurring bill, if we want to recur the bill every month, quarterly, whatever the way it is. So it basically a utility. We will talk about this into detail. And contract deferral release is that if you are having some deferrals, you can select here how much deferrals you want to release. So basically it will move your balance from deferral account to the revenue account so that you can recognize your revenue correctly. And there are some reports and Power BI reports have been given by the Microsoft. So that is quite uh, simple, and directly you can have a look. Next thing, if I want to showcase you, is that we do have here some uh, items, and those items you can see there are certain options which have been covered under price and sales tab, and you can see subscription option. So in the item cart related to the subscription, you will find this option. There are four options have been given, which I have already discussed into my previous slide. So first is no subscription. It is a by default option which will come, and there are three others which we can see here, and we can select as per our needs. Okay, so if we see here, we do have those subscriptions item as a non-inventory item, and these non-inventory item I can see. So if you see this item has been, so there are newspaper. So this is a newspaper which we can use. So this is also a subscription item. So basically what will happen? These are the main setups which we do have. Now let's suppose I'm creating a sales order. So before that, I would also like to showcase you guys subscription packages. So we are having something which is called subscription packages. And what this subscription package is that whatever you are selling as a part of subscription package, you can basically create here. So you can create your price groups associated with the subscription package. You can create your code and descriptions. So if I selected here any subscription package, so what basically you will get here, you will get the code descriptions, and then here you will have here partner. Partner is basically, whether you are doing it for customer or vendor, then what if there are any templates you are using for, you can use a template or you can leave it blank. That depends on you. If you have already created some template in the background, you can basically get these fields auto populated with the template, but I have created here those things manually. So we can see description is laptop to air, and then here you will find two options. Do you want to invoice directly, or do you want to invoice by sales? So I have basically selected here invoice by subscription contract. So whatever the invoicing I will do through the subscription contract. And this one invoicing item. So this is my invoicing item, which I'm going to use. And this is basically calculation based type, means how the amount or price will pick, whether system will pick the item price or will you pick it manually while creating the sales document or purchase document. So which is document price, calculation base percent. So whatever the amount is into your item cart or the documents, let's suppose 1,000 is mentioned on my sales order. So sales order value is 1,000. So it will basically pick the 15% value of the sales order. And the billing base period and rhythm is basically how long this subscription relates to and how often we want to renew this subscription. And then we are having initial term. Initial term is basically if we are having minimum term for that. So this is a minimum term for that this subscription relates to. Then we are having subsequent term. So it is basically automatic renewal, basically how it will calculate. And then notice period if there is anything. So, and the usage based billing things we will basically discuss in our next videos, and create contract deferrals. So if that we have already discussed into the subscription contract setup. So this is something I have created. It could be created for all the terms and conditions you are having for this. So let me also showcase you that slide. So here you can see everything is mentioned. So partner is basically customer and vendor. Invoicing by if you select subscription contract, billing recurringly through customer vendor through a defined cycle. And these things we have discussed already. Discount if it is applicable or not. Then next thing which we are having is the description, which is a free text invoicing item that we have already discussed. calculation based percentage we discussed, billing rhythm, subsequent term, duration of automatic renewal after initial terms end, notice period, lead time required before cancellation take effect, counted back from the terms end date. So these things we are having, how long the pricing stays locked, if it is a price update. So these things we can use, but now let's move, uh, you know, like whatever we are basically going. So we are having silver month package. So what basically we have, once we are having the package, so we can assign our items into a package. So you can see this silver monthly sales, this package is having the item newspaper. You can assign the new items as well. So a package could have multiple items, right? So once we assign the item here, then we will basically create our normal practice, which is a sales order at the term corporation. And this one selling one of the item, which is laptop. So I have sales with subscription option. So this is basically do you want to also add 2 years warranty? Yes. Okay. And selling it as a normal item, quantity equals to 1, selling this item for 20,000, or maybe I can use it 15,000. Okay. And then it is non-taxable, just to make sure. And what we are having here, I'm selling my laptop and there's one subscription line which is mentioned. And what we are subscribing, we are subscribing 2-year warranty package with this, which is 15% of my base amount, which is showcasing 2250. And we can see 2250 is the basically cost of the warranty. So once we basically now post it, so I have posted it, it will showcase that it is posting the line and posted the invoice. So you can see this has been invoiced. And if I try to print it, here you can see Microsoft has also given one layout, sales invoice for subscription billing. So you can use this. So Microsoft has also introduced the same for sales quote and orders as well. So you can use this subscription billing layouts. And once I click on the preview button, I can see my invoice. And here you can see laptop sales with subscription is my item, which has been sold. 15,000 is the cost. Okay. So this has been sold. And now what basically we will do, we will basically see the subscriptions, and we can see the subscription has been created for laptop warranty. So we have sold this laptop, but we are also having one thing which is related to that laptop, which is this warranty, and that we can see here. And what is mentioned here, invoicing by subscription contract means now I have to create a contract. So I will create a customer subscription contract. So we'll click on the new button, select the same customer for which I have sold the laptop. I will click on get subscription line, and you can see this is the one latest which I have sold. And if I click here on this line, assign selected subscription line, what it will do, it will assign this line to my contract. So this page basically looks like the same page. One of the thing which I want to showcase, subscription dimension. So you can see we haven't defined any subscription dimension. It is automatically bringing from subscription contract setup. And you can see this everything based on our formulas. It has calculated everything, whatever the dates we have decided over there. And next billing date is 23rd 8. The previous sales order which we have sold for laptop. So that was there. Now what we will do basically, we will create uh, customer recurring billing. So what basically this recurring billing tell us, this is basically a place where I can tell the system to recur my billing. So firstly, we will create the billing proposals. So I can select here the template if there is anything and click on create billing proposals. So you can see once I select this, it is giving me that this is subscription 14 and today this has been subscribed for 2022 50 2 years warranty. So you need to raise an invoice for warranty to the customer. So you can click here on the create documents and what would be a document posting date and document per contract. So you can select all those information here. Once you click on this, then what it will basically showcase that it has created a sales invoice for you. Once you click on the sales invoice, then the sales invoice will appear with all the related information like warranty, billing period, everything. And what you will do now once you select here non-taxable and you can click on post button. Yes. So our invoice will be posted. And if we see the find entries, then we can see here that GL entries are there. Customer subscription contact TEFL because TEFL was true and it will go to account receivable domestic account on 23rd 8. Now, the next thing which basically happens after this is like if you try to print the invoice, you can click on the print button, click on the preview button. So you can see it is also showcasing all the information. And there is also one more layout given by Microsoft, which is subscription billing. If you click on preview, it will also showcase me other information which is related to the subscription if it is related, and it has given me some additional information which should showcase. So you can see contact information that was printing from the lines and layout which we can see here that this was basically sales with subscription item and what we can do, we can print it, we can make the modifications if there is anything. So what will happen like this is a thing we have done. So each month, every day we can run this billing thing automatically through the job queues into BC. So what Microsoft, so let's suppose this is basically for this period, but in future, if I create the billing proposals again, maybe if I do have any invoices or anything pending. So what system basically does, it creates the billing proposal if there is anything and you can each day you can run it, each month you can run it based on you, and you can create the invoices for your memberships, for your subscriptions, whatever your customers or business related to. Then if you see the job queue entries for the subscriptions, Microsoft has also given some of the job queues. So if I showcase you from this point of view, you can see subscription can be created, select subscription for auto renewal. So all those default release and everything, we do have the job queues available. We can use these reports or batch jobs for our use. And then we are also having some of the code units. So if I showcase you the code units for subscription, let me showcase you what it is. Slow. I should make a filter, but It's quite slow. I should type it. Uh, it is also quite slow, but we are also having 4 or 5 code units for subscriptions, so that we can have a look. It works then fine, but otherwise we can showcase you. So if I want to showcase you something else, so you can see there is also one more batch job, which is contract deferral release. So from what period to what period you want to release the deferrals. So let's suppose I do it from 0108 to 3108, and which is basically today post posting until date, which is today, and this is my posting date. So I should also make it 31st0826, and once I click on OK, so you can see subscription contract deferral release must have a value into the source code setup. So there is one more source code. So you can see there would be one more thing, subscription billing. And here Microsoft doesn't give you. So you can subscription deferral release. Subscription. So we can create a source code and assign here. And what basically we do again, 31st08, and this is true. Once we click on OK, of course, if there is any issues in the setup, so you can see there was any discount or anything, so it should have some values. So let me go into general posting setup, domestic retail. I'm using the same account for now. Uh, and once we click here on the contract deferral release account, uh, it should be 26. It should be T, which is today. If I click here, OK, it will release the deferrals if there is anything, and I can see my GL register if it has done something. So I can see there is something for release source code. It is coming here. Microsoft Soft should give some, some message after completion, but we didn't have anything. But here you can see the deferral and account release is there. So hopefully in future release, we will get something from Microsoft. So this is basically we do have here. So what we have done, we have created the subscription package. Then we have assigned the subscription package to an item. We have selected that item with the options, no subscription, sales with subscription, invoicing items and everything. Then we have created a sales order. We have posted the sales order. And after that, we have created a customer subscription contract. And once that contract is created, uh, we have assigned the subscription line, which has automatically generated after we have posted the sales invoice. Then we have created the invoice for subscription contract with the help of recurring billing. We have selected the period, and based on that we have got a suggestion for the invoice, and then we have created the sales invoice from the recurring billing section. We have posted it. Once we have posted it, then we can also move the balances to the subscription contract, I mean deferral to the main account with the contract deferral release batch job. So this is something we have discussed today. Hope you have liked the video, and we will discuss more about in our future videos. Thank you.